I am so happy to be getting out of the month of February and doing something other than Valentine's Day nails. Hello, welcome back to Nails by Sora. Today we're going to be getting into another holiday with St. Patrick's Day. So I'm playing around with a few different greens here. I didn't want something that was transparent. I wanted to try to have a nice solid background in terms of opacity, for want of a better word. But I still wanted some kind of lightness and shimmer and sparkle because we are doing with the luck of the Irish. I'm not even going to try to do the accent, but sorry, I just watched my cat vault to the other one. Yeah, so we're getting into the spring, hopefully, in the colder climates, and we're getting into St. Patty's Day with bright greens and rainbows and golds. I'm really excited to be moving past the cool colors of the winter and moving on to something a little bit different. So I had this idea for doing the Lucky Gnome, and originally I was going to have him holding a clover, but I decided I wanted to do a pot of gold instead. So since the main feature of these accent nails are going to be quite a detailed gnome, I didn't want to do too much on the other two nails. So I settled on just doing like cascading rainbows. And obviously it's a common theme between the gnomes and the clovers and rainbows, so I wanted to try to do something a little bit differently. Hopefully I achieve that. But first I'm just playing around with a combination of the two greens that I have. One is I guess like a glittery shimmer, that's the one I'm using right now, and the other one is somewhat pearlescent. And I wanted to see what it would look like if I layered them. So one nail is just the shimmer, and then the other two nails, the base is the shimmer, and then the pearl is on top of that. And then I swapped it for the third nail with the pearl on the bottom and the shimmer on top. And actually those two nails came out looking exactly the same. So if it's something that you want to play with, whichever one you want to put down first, it's up to you, because they're both going to turn out the same. So yeah, I'm going to head into the main part of the design next, or rather I'm going to do the accent nails first, the rainbows, and then I'm going to head into the gnome. But first I'm going to cure these three nails. I'm going to put on a matte top coat so that I can paint freely on top without any bleeding or, what's it called? I guess movement of the color across the nail, because since the gel polish has a sticky inhibition layer, when you try to paint on, since it's tacky, when you try to paint on it, the color tends to bleed a bit and move. So you wind up with blurred edges to your lines, and I didn't want that. I wanted really nice, clean, straight lines, or curved lines, as the case may be. So I'm going to finish this up, get them matte top coated and cured, and then we're going to jump into the design. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Please give me a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It really does help the algorithm. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm sitting at, as of this recording, I'm sitting at 304 followers, and my goal is to get up to 100 new followers a month. So please help me out. Hit that notification bell so that you're aware whenever new videos are available. And we're going to get right into the rest of this video. So these are all the gel liners that I'm going to be using, and I actually left one out, but I'm going to be pulling it after I uncap all of these. They're by Glam. I love their potted gel paints. They're so easy to work with, and they dry without a tacky layer. So if you top coat and then you decide you want to add a little bit more of an embellishment or a flourish, you can polish right on top of it and you don't need to top coat again. So these are all the colors. I've got everything from red to pink, and I'm going to start with the red going across. I think I actually wiped this off and started again. I was having trouble laying down the first line. It was a little wonky. But I'm basically just doing one color at a time. I did initially do the red and the orange together before curing, but I decided I didn't want to take the chance of them bleeding together. So I ended up curing them individually, and that does unfortunately prolong the process. But because these colors are so highly pigmented, I didn't want to take the chance of them wrinkling and getting warped in the lamp if I did a partial cure. So I went and did the other nail off camera because they are both basically the same process. And if you've seen it done once, you've seen it done twice. And I thought that it looked a little lackluster with just the rainbow. And I am going to clear coat on top of it, but first I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle. This is actually a matte top coat with glitter in it. But like I said, I didn't want it mattified. I just wanted the sparkle. And I thought initially that I would just polish over the background color. But I thought that it would look nice going over the rainbow as well. So I did end up doing both full nails in this, I think it's, I want to say it's Atlas, but I know I've got the name of the color wrong. I will list it in the description box below. I'm not sure if it's available. I believe it's available on the site. It's Madame Glam. They were offering them at the start of the year when you made a purchase. They were sending them to you for free. So I actually got 2 sets of them, which I didn't really need, but I'm not mad about it. And so yeah, I'm going to do a full cure on those. Then I'm going to top coat over it because I do want it glossy. And we're going to move on to the gnomes. So I thought I would use this Dipalicious has really gorgeous liner gels as well, and I thought I was going to use the green. It's really like an evergreen color, and I thought it was a little bit too much in the brownish green khaki family, and I wanted really something like a Kelly green, something bright green. So I decided to switch over to Light Elegance, one of their cream gels from the end of the year collection. And it's a little bit on the transparent side, so I am going a little heavier with the application. But I'm using it for the base color of the hat, and then I'm going to go in and add some shadowing with some darker green colors and some highlights as well. I decided, and I had this thought before I even started doing this set, that I wanted the gnome's nose to be rainbow. And I thought I was being all clever with starting in the center. I was, plotting out the colors in my mind, how wide apart they should be, so that they would all lay in exactly how I wanted them. And I put the pink too far over. I counted wrong. And I thought there were going to be more colors in between the green and the pink, and I ended up having to adjust it after the fact. But it did come out looking really cute, and I'm very happy with it. So these circle glitters are from Magpie Beauty. They're called stacker pots. You can buy as many or as few as you want, and they lock together to create a stack. So it's really cool. I just emptied out some of the circle glitters into the top of the other glitter stack so that I can easily pick it up and place it where I want. And these glitters are going to what's the word? Represent. They're going to represent pieces of gold. And I actually remembered that I do actually have gold glitter that was sitting next to me, so I picked up some of that as well to add in. And I wanted to make sure that I put the glitter pieces down first so that I could paint over them and make them look like they're coming up out of the cauldron. So I put them in kind of randomly. I wanted to make sure that the colors were alternating. I didn't really want to have similar colors next to each other because I wanted to create more of a sense of depth with smaller ones, different colored ones, darker ones towards the back, lighter ones in the front, so that it looks like it's more naturally, you know, piling up out of the cauldron versus specifically placed. Now here's where you want to be careful. If you're going to be including glitter into a design that you're going to be painting over with an additional design aspect, you want to make sure that you have a smooth surface. So I'm doing a builder gel coating over top so that it really fills in those gaps between the glitters. And then I'm going to go in and do another layer of matte top coat so that I get that smooth, flat surface back. You can skip that step if you don't want to use matte top coat because you're running the risk of building up additional layers and making the nail a little thick. You can always wipe the inhibition layer and then file it smooth so that when you go and put paint on top of it, if you top coat over that, you have a rough surface for the gel products to stick to. Clovers are actually really easy to do. All you have to do is basically start off as if you're creating a heart by putting two dots next to each other with the dotting tool and then connecting them into a heart. Then you're going to do 3 others on the opposing sides, and that is your Irish clover. The last little flourish that I'm going to put in before we finish this nail off is a holographic, excuse me, a holographic accent. I did originally start off with a gray background. I changed it out and did a black cauldron so that the holographic gel polish will really pop. So I'm just using my long liner to smooth it out, make sure that there's no highs and lows, and now I'm using the side of my magnet to push the magnet particles to the center of the cauldron. And that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you everyone once again for joining me. If you're new, welcome, welcome. Please subscribe, give me a like, and let all of your friends know that I am here. If you're a returning subscriber or just a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. And I will see you all in the next video. If you have any comments or questions, please put them down below. All the information for the products I use will be in the description box below, and I will see you soon.